Hello and welcome back to Rise and Align, where we talk about all things high vibrational. We are your hosts. I'm Demi.
And I am Haley. We have a comfy, cozy, inspired episode for you today, and it is going to be geared around the term hygge. And this is actually a Danish term, and it has become more and more trendy. There's lots of mainstream books out there about it now, and I feel like this is something that we both encompass or embody in our lives without even having previously known what this was. And I was particularly inspired by doing this episode because I just got back from a trip to Iceland. A lot of their culture stems from Norwegian culture, and the word hygge actually stems from Norway, and it actually means to, or encompasses, a feeling of coziness, contentment, well-being, and found through cherishing the little things. And it derives from the Norwegian word hygge, which is to comfort. That being said, I was just really inspired and wanted to talk about what makes us feel cozy and how we cherish the little things, especially with winter coming. It is the perfect time to do that. And with this concept stemming from Scandinavian countries who are said to be among the happiest people in the world, how can we make the most of this winter? How can we embody this concept to make ourselves happy in the deepest, darkest months? So with that, before we dive into it too much, I'm just curious if there's anything that comes up for you right away in terms of what this word means to you, or what are specific things that lead you to feel this way.
Definitely a lot of different things come up, but for me, I just want to say that this feeling for me is one of my greatest successes in life, I think. It's so easy, especially we live up north. It's dark a lot of the time. It's really cold, and it would be easy to become depressed or, really unhappy. And I think just American culture makes it really easy to get stuck in the constant, what's next? How am I expanding? How am I going to be as good as the next person? Striving to always be better, and less on focusing on the joy of the little things. And the joy of the little things is really where happiness lies, And so for me, this feeling is so important. It's life-saving, and it's just alignment for me,
Mm-hmm.
I think every day, all of the things that we talk about on this podcast, all of our practices are ways that I kind of practice that. I love being cozy, having dim lights, spraying lavender essential oils, or just really enjoying a cup of tea and books. I love reading, and I love how my mind can bring me into another dimension. My imagination can take me anywhere, and I love just basking in that feeling.
Mm-hmm. I agree with all of that. I love that. And I love that you said that one of your greatest successes is mastering this or embodying this concept of hygge, which, same. Yeah, I feel like most of my happiness stems from embodying this or allowing myself to live in this way, especially in the winter months, because again, it can be really easy to feel down in the dumps and feel unmotivated. But when you can surround yourself with things that feel cozy, and you can do things that allow you to be present and spend time with the people that mean the most to you, it changes your life and how you look at life, and it slows time to me.
Yeah.
Your time becomes more valuable, or you value your time more, which then I feel like it slows time. And I think one of my favorite ways to embody this, I like to think myself as a cozy queen. I love all things cozy, and I love fashion, but I always find a way to make whatever outfit I'm going for comfortable as well. And if I can't do that, the second I get home, I'm putting on like my coziest, biggest sweatpants and my cozy slippers and lighting the candles, like you said. I think mood lighting is such an important way to shift the energy of a space. And that's something that I noticed even in Iceland, like all the coffee shops and even the restaurants, like it's really dim. It's not LED lighting. It's always just like super cozy and comforting. And that's something that I embody in my own house with like having tapered candles. And when I'm reading at night, I usually light, or I don't light, I use like the timed candles because I usually fall asleep when I'm reading, so I don't want a candle going. But I'll do that, or I have my salt lamps, and that's just like one of my favorite ways to really like set the mood, honestly. And it's very calming as well. It like calms your nervous system and like brings you back, so you're not worrying about the day that you just had or whatever tomorrow brings.
Absolutely. The ambiance helps so much in feeling comfortable. And I'm the same way. Like, I loved to have everything around my house feel cozy. Like, I'm huge on sensation, and having like warm, cozy blankets and cozy slippers and a cozy robe. And it makes it so much easier to get out of bed in the morning when it is chilly and dark, to stay cozy. Like, you're still going to get out of bed, but you don't have to be uncomfortable, you know? And I was getting dressed today, and I stepped in my closet and I said, okay, what do I want to wear today? Well, I want to be comfortable and cute. And my son looked at me and he said, you say that every day. And I was like, no, I don't. And I was like, maybe I do. That is what I look for. I want to feel good, and feeling comfortable is huge in that for me. But I also, when I think of this term, I think about like the time that I spend with my family and friends. I feel is so cherished for me. Like, it's so precious. And I think the older I get, the more that I do cherish it. And so I was thinking the other day, we were at a ballet, and that night I was really just immersed in the moment and in the ballet, and just in the realization that like I'm so lucky right now to be here with my friends and family and be having just such a wonderful time, and getting to experience some beautiful art, and having close friendships, and just the best of the best. And I think that our family does that well too. Like, we all will love to like cuddle up on the couch and watch a movie together, you know, and just do cozy things, spending time together.
Exactly. I think that is really important to note as well. And I think it's about choosing the things that allow for that presence in moments where, you know, at the ballet, you are appreciating art together. You're seeing that expression from someone else, and being able to do that with other people is really special. And I think going to meaningful things like that is so much more valuable than going to things that are kind of going to numb you out, per se. Like, if you're going out in really loud environments, or just doing things that aren't as meaningful, it's just, I think that is what shapes those moments, is like what exactly you're doing. Like, are you just numbing out and watching TV, or are you putting together a little puzzle together in the evening and drinking your warm little drink and talking about something that excites you? I think it's just all about finding how you can make the moments more special.
Presence and cherishing is exactly what it's about, I think, too. Like, I was reading an article today that you had sent me on this topic, and it was talking about the things that are and aren't. And it had mentioned like watching some crap reality TV by yourself and eating some like high fructose corn syrup ice cream wasn't this feeling. And I liked that because we talk a lot about like the quality of the things we consume, and also like really cherishing. Like, I don't just like chug my coffee in the morning. Like, I enjoy every
last
sip,
second.
and I think about how it tastes in my mouth and how it feels in my hands, and I take that time to really just breathe slowly and be mindful about what I'm doing, and that changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same, when you're experiencing those things with the people around you. You can be sitting on your phones ignoring each other and not even having a conversation, like, or you can be really in the moment with them and really enjoying their presence and getting to know them better and creating deeper bonds with them. And that really changes everything, the way that you experience things and the way you choose to perceive things as well. I think winter on its own, so many people perceive it as like it's cold and horrible. But then you talk to some people and they're like, well, I love doing outdoor activities. Like I love snowboarding or snowmobiling or whatever. And so they like winter. But I think that anybody can choose a positive perspective because it is absolutely beautiful. Like wintertime sparkles fall from the sky. It's so pretty, and the icicles are so pretty. Apart from that, like I don't mind being cozy. I don't mind turning on the fireplace and rolling around on my yoga mat.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And it makes me think about when I started doing yoga. I was practicing with Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube, and she would say, get your cozy clothes on and get on your mat. And sometimes she would say, bring a blanket and a pillow. And when you're in a depressed state and you don't want to do anything, bringing that blanket and the pillow on the mat can make all the difference. It's like, oh my God, I can just be cozy. Like, I think I can do that. I think I can do that. If I can bring a blanket and a pillow, I'm coming.
Yes,
It does make all the difference.
it does. I agree. I just going off of like the yoga with Adrienne thing. She was kind of one of the first people that I turned to in my like journey of healing or whatever. But also, you know, she kind of changed the perspective of how I thought things had to look in order to be doing something. Like I didn't have to wear, specific yoga clothes to do yoga and stuff like, and it started to let me shift that perspective of like, I can wear what I think is cozy, not just what you think you have to wear. And I think a lot of it has to do with looking inwards and finding what does feel good to you. She's always saying like, find what feels good, find what feels good. So when you find what feels good to you, that's when you're going to feel cozy. That's what's going to allow you to be present when you're not worried about this, that, and the other thing. So that really, something so simple has also helped me embody this further and further. Another thing you had said is that you can always choose the positive perspective. And I think that is why I wanted to talk about this concept so much, because it is choosing the positive perspective of the darker months. Like I said, this term stems from Scandinavian culture, where they are experiencing really dark, long winters, and they're probably even more harsh than ours, honestly. So and with that, them being known to be such a happy culture, they experience the hardest hardships in the winter, and they can still find the joy and the happiness and the presence amongst the winter. So I think that's so important for us to do as well. And I can usually catch myself kind of going down that rabbit hole when winter begins. I'm like, oh no, I don't know if I can do it. Like I start to kind of feel a little down in the dumps. And then it just takes that moment of realization that you can shift that perspective and look at it a different way. And winter is the cozy season, and you get to be cozy, you get to stay in the house, you get to sit by the fireplace, and you get to do all your favorite, you have time to do all your favorite things.
Yes,
you get to do that. It's time for you to do whatever you want and what feels good to you, and dive into those practices that allow you to feel good and explore presence, because all you have is time in the winter. So like,
I think too, like living somewhere where the winters are so long and dark and cold really makes you cherish the summer. So in the summertime, I feel bad if I'm like inside cleaning or working on my computer or something like that. Whereas in the winter, it like allows me. It's like, oh, well, I'm not losing anything outside, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I can do whatever I want inside and not even feel bad about it. Like some days I don't even get dressed because I don't have to. Like I'm just going to clean the house, hang out in my pajamas, like do some yoga, work on my computer, and I don't have to feel guilty about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's okay to just live slow and be cozy and be yourself and be comfortable and not always be running and going and
Yes.
working so hard.
Yeah. I think Hygge is embodying uh, or letting go of this feeling of the daily rush, the daily
Yeah.
go, go, go. And instead, like, you are surrounding yourself with people that you care about and taking time for those quieter moments and the simple pleasures of life, which I find to be the most satisfying moments of life. And you don't realize that until you allow yourself to be present in them.
Yes.
Like waking up on a winter morning and turning on the fireplace. For whatever reason, that's precious. Like the world is silent and you're holding your cozy warm drink in front of the fireplace, reading your book. Like that to me is heavenly.
Yes.
Moments like that is heavenly. Or
Yes.
moments like that are heavenly.
I think the older I get, the more I realize there is no better feeling. There is no end point. There is no goal that's going to be better than this. This is it. Enjoy it while you're here,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And that to me just makes me feel like, wow, I really am living my dream life. Like I really am happy. I really am successful. Like I don't have to do anything. I'm not wrong. I'm not good enough. Like it's all good. It's all good. And it feels so good to bask in that. And I mean, we're always talking about presence, but it cuts through anxiety. And I think that intentionally living in this way allows you to do that even when you are, say, like working a 9 to 5 or like have a lot to get done. Like, no doubt, I have a lot to get done all of the time. Like, if I wanted to, I could just work 24/7. I could always find something to clean or something to do. We all can, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But living this way intentionally allows me to get the things done and to be present and to enjoy it and to enjoy the journey and to be cozy and to not force myself always, but to do what feels good in this moment as it comes, you know? And like you can find joy in washing the dishes. Like you can find like I find a lot of joy actually in cleaning the house and then sitting in my cozy clean house and not doing anything, you know? And I think like when I was younger, I would have like this FOMO when I like wasn't, I don't know, going and doing things on a Friday night or something like that. And now I'm like, I can sit in a hot bath on a Friday night. I'm going to enjoy it. By candlelight, I'm going to read a book and I'm like excited to do that. And I'm so happy to be doing that.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's so relaxing.
It's so true. And it's so fun to have people around you that you can do those things with too, where you don't have to go out and do something wild. Like you can also have those softer moments with.
Yeah.
Something that I wanted to mention too is like when I decide if I'm going to do something on this said Friday night, I always consider the vibe. And it sounds so silly or like, I don't know, you know, if you're like, it's not the vibe. It sounds just like silly, but it actually has so much meaning to it for me.
Yeah.
It's like I want, if I'm going to do something or go somewhere, it has to like meet a certain expectation of mine, and you know, it has to have a certain level of ambiance or coziness or quality, where I know that I'll be able to be present there and enjoy my time more than I would being at home. And so it might be ridiculous to some people to be like, it's not vibey or
it's not the vibe.
But it has actually so much meaning and value behind it to me. And so that's like my determining factor of if I'm going to do something. Like I always am looking on Instagram to see like what it looks like.
Yeah.
Or, what the energy is going to be like, because I want it to be the vibe.
Yes. 100%. I do the same thing. Like, I consider, okay, what is it going to feel like? Is this going to be like a high quality experience? Are these people I want to be spending time with? Like, is this an environment I want to be in? Like, is it going to be relaxing and cozy and fun and interesting or adventurous? Like, what's it going to be like?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it going to be like low vibes? Like, it's not the vibe. Like, I don't want to go to Taco Bell. I don't know. I don't want to go take shots at the local watering hole. I don't want to do that. I'm not doing it. It's not the vibe. But I also think about too, a lot of times I think that like the concept of like social anxiety will get to me, and I might consider like, okay, well, I don't know if I want to do this or not. Maybe it's not going to be that fun, or maybe I'm nervous to see somebody, or I don't know, like you just get anxiety sometimes about certain things, right? And I will say it to myself, well, I create my own reality. And so I'll choose to create a good experience. I'll choose to see the good in that experience and have a good time and be adventurous. Like, okay, I've never been to this place before. Like, I'm going to get to try something new. I'm going to get to see a new environment. I'm going to maybe order new food, or, talk to somebody I don't know about something that I didn't know before, And when I allow myself to kind of prepare for that kind of experience, I always end up attracting that then, and then attracting a better experience. Whereas I think that in the past, when I've been like, oh, I don't really want to do this, I'll be stuck in that in the moment as well, which will then create that experience like, oh, this really isn't that great, I want to leave. But you can cherish the moment no matter what you're doing.
Yeah, I think that's the magic of it too.
Yeah.
It's like always holding on to that feeling, or allowing yourself to always change your perspective of what you're doing to the more positive.
Yeah,
aspect.
look for what you want to attract more of, or to embody, or how you want to feel. You have the power to create that at any time, any place. That is the magic of it, for sure.
Yes. I think also for me, a major component of this is setting up my home in a way that feels super cozy, inviting, calming. And we did touch on this a little bit already. Like, lighting is really important to me, and I love colors that make me feel calm and grounded. I have a lot of green in my home, which connects me with my heart, which connects me to the earth, I feel. And I like to explore with different textures. I love having wood in my home. It's a natural element that's really important to me, and just having different cozy textures. I think you had said we like the sensations.
Yeah, I love cozy fluffy pillows and soft blankets, and I like my rugs to be soft and cozy. Like, I just want the whole house to be cozy.
Yeah, it's like it has to be visually appealing. Things feel comforting. We always have blankets. We can't.
Yes. I hate when you go to somebody's house and they don't have blankets on the couch. I'm freezing. What am I supposed to do? This is a horrible place.
And like a leather couch with no blankets. Or
this is not the vibe. This is not the vibe.
They don't have cozy, fluffy dogs.
Oh my God, I know. That's the thing too. And I feel like that is a huge part of that concept, or can be anyway, is enjoying your pets. Like, if you have a pet that you love, well, hopefully if you have a pet, you love them. It's so sacred and precious, the time that you spend with them, like cuddling them and just enjoying them. Like, I have a cat, and if you love cats, which I think that people who have never had a good cat, that's why they don't love them. But if you've had a good cat, you love cats, because they are magical. They are so wonderful. Their purr is literally healing. But when my cat comes and purrs on my chest, it is like I'm in heaven. It is the best feeling. It feels like he's healing my heart chakra. Like we're just having the nicest time cuddling. He's so soft. He's so wonderful. He's so magical. And he really only stays for a couple minutes at a time. So I'm always like, oh, I cherish it so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the best 3 minutes of my life.
Yes.
And I think about too, you know, with our animals, especially cats and dogs, like they don't live forever, and their love is so, they're just so unconditionally
Unconditional.
loving. They
Mm-hmm.
are. They're so unconditionally loving and joyous and innocent and wonderful. They
Mm-hmm.
are little furry angels,
They
you
are.
know? And so I cherish every moment with them because they are just so precious.
Mm-hmm. Same. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I love nothing more than like snuggling up with my dogs and looking into their eyes. They look at you with unconditional love. Like no one in the world loves you as much as your pets do, I
Yeah.
feel like. And yeah, I do the same thing. I cherish every single moment I have with my animals, and they do have shorter lives, and you know, it's just super important to be present with them too. I'll find sometimes I'll be at home working or on my phone or whatever, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have pets here,
Yeah.
and it's easy to not be present with them, but I think it is important to like use this as a reminder to like make sure you are being present with them too. You know, they're alive, and you're able to spend time with them, and uh just they love you unconditionally, so just make sure that you're like giving
Acknowledge
that
them and
gratitude.
appreciate
Mm-hmm.
them. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
gratitude for them. Like my pets bring me so much joy. Like I don't know, no one else follows me to the bathroom every time I go, but they do. They love me that much. Like I get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, they follow me, and then they follow me back to the bed. Like they are obsessed with me. They
Mm-hmm.
love me. But every time that I'm peeing, I look down and I'm like, there's
They're
cat and
fluffy
dog. I
butts,
love
like
them so much. Like, but I love them so much, and I love noticing like if I'm sitting at my desk, they're both laying next to me sleeping. Like they follow me around the house, and they bring me so much joy just existing in my space.
mm-hmm. Yeah, totally agree. So yeah, that's a major component I think of this, and
Just allowing those little things to bring you joy, you
mm-hmm.
know, really cherishing that. I
Yeah.
think it's so important, and that will get us through the winter. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it says a lot about the Norwegian culture, because I'm pretty sure, and I might be wrong, but Alaska is really, really dark in the wintertime as well. Their culture's a bit different, and they have really high suicide rates during that time of year that it's really dark there. So then to look at Norwegian people living differently during this time and probably getting similar amount of light, it changes everything. They're the happiest people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like complete opposite, and it's just a culture thing.
Yeah, that's interesting to think about too. Just in terms of what you've experienced and what you're raised around, and the culture that you live in can impact your experience as well. So being mindful of that and exploring other cultures and seeing what they have to offer and how they perceive life.
So I think we can learn so much from other cultures, and that is just such a beautiful and cozy way of life, and we should
Mm-hmm.
definitely embody it. And I, you know, I think you and I do, and I'm happy to share it, and I hope that it helps you guys stay cozy this winter.
Mm-hmm. Also, when you are embodying this in your life, you're you're going to naturally be calming your nervous system and slowing down, and that has immense health benefits. You are, I won't even get into all of it right now, but you are greatly improving your health by allowing yourself to rest and to calm your nervous system. It really will.
Yeah,
Change the game.
definitely. It'll strengthen your immune system. And I mean, there's literally endless health benefits in doing that. And I also think there are many logical benefits, because when you really do learn to be intentionally cherishing moments and intentionally happy and intentionally present, it allows you to be that during moments that would otherwise be more difficult, or, during work or during times where you need to focus and get things done. Like when you are mindful and you are happy, your mind works more efficiently and you get more done, you're more productive. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like everything becomes easier when your emotional state is higher.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last thing that I would also say is thinking about this concept when you are like buying things. Are you like mass shopping for things that don't really matter? Or, I got into this phase of, every Halloween or every Christmas, I would be buying new decor for my house and redecorating with like decor that I would only like that season. And I have since been very intentional about every single item that goes in my home. I prefer like locally made things or uh, antique things, very special individual things that make me super happy. And I just think that's so much more important, or just such a happier way to be when you're filling your space with things that make you feel very happy, instead of just mass buying and consumerism for things that are only going to give you like a spike of joy when you first buy them, but not
Mm-hmm.
like a lasting
Yeah,
thing.
definitely. I've definitely been guilty of that as well. And I think a great episode to check out would be our episode on consumerism and consuming, and you are what you consume. To consider like what you are consuming, and is it of quality? Is it of a high vibration? Is it something that you really want to be consuming? And we have so many episodes on yoga and things to do that are mindful, that will bring you into the present moment, that are cozy, and that will keep you in alignment during the whole winter.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget to go outside. It's still important to
Yes.
make yourself go outside and get fresh air and find presence in nature. With that, we'll definitely be doing a winter episode in the coming weeks, so keep an eye out for that, just diving deeper into the energy of winter. And then we'll have some other fun episodes coming at you. But with that, we can pull a card.
Yes.
So we're pulling, as per usual, from the Moon Witch Tarot deck. This is what it looks like. This is one of our favorites. Very witchy. Ooh. The Nine of Cups.
Okay, Nine of Cups. Dreams are coming to life, satisfaction, abundance, good luck, generosity, and gratitude. Ooh! Nine of Cups is known as the wish card. It is considered to be one of the luckiest cards in the deck. Your dreams are coming to life. Nine of Cups depicts a witch with 9 cups above her. The cups are full. Her dreams and wishes came true. Since the entire suit of cups is connected to emotions, feelings, and relationships, her fulfilled dreams are of an emotional nature. Another important aspect of Nine of Cups is generosity. It implies not only the witch's abundance, but her power to fill someone else's cup. Take when you must and share when you can. Nine of Cups also serves as a reminder to enjoy these times of abundance. Be completely present. Be proud of yourself. These fortunate moments must be treasured and shared while they last. Remember the words of Heraclitus: the only constant in life is change. This also reminded me of part of this concept being doing things for your friends and family, like cooking for them, baking for them, and like exchanging that with each other. I think especially in the wintertime, like I love to cook for my family and friends. Like it makes me happy and I put love in the food, and I love like the exchange of little gifts and things like that. Like it really does cheer up other people, and I feel like it can cheer you up to give and to receive too.
Mm-hmm.
Just to have that energy exchange, it just brings a lot of joy on both
Yeah.
sides.
I think I think that's part of the reason why the holidays or Christmas is so big, because
Mm-hmm.
it kind of does bring that little bit of joy in the winter months and reminds you to give. And of course, it doesn't have to be this big whole thing necessarily. Like, I feel like Christmas has become more about consumerism, but just it's a great reminder to give and receive.
It can be just baking cookies or something, something nice. But I love too that it says that her fulfilled dreams are of an emotional nature, because lately I've been feeling like so happy, and like good things are coming to me, and I have had some change in my life, but there's not been anything like huge and major that's changed. It's just my emotional state. I'm just like, you know what? I am so happy. I'm so lucky, and I am cherishing every good moment I get. I'm just happy to be alive. I'm happy that everything's going in the right direction. Everything's all good. The reversed meaning of the Nine of Cups usually points to a dissatisfaction of some sort, lack of inner joy or sense of purpose, or an empty cup. Nine of Cups in reverse is asking you to reflect on your dreams and desires. Make sure not to lose touch with your inner self and your core values in the pursuit of abundance. There is a chance that you are looking for happiness in all the wrong places. Material gains only bring short-lived happiness and satisfaction. Yeah, it's
I
perfect.
think that totally encompasses this.
It's exactly what we were saying. Always.
Yes. So with that, I think it's always a great opportunity for you to take a pause now and think about what that means to you. You can journal, find some mindful moments with yourself, find presence and meaning with this conversation. So we thank you so much for being a part of this conversation, for joining us, and I hope that you are able to embody this energy this winter. We would love to hear about what you're doing to survive the winter, what you're doing to stay cozy and present, and we love and appreciate you guys so much.
Absolutely. I think another great episode to check out after this would be, what does success truly mean to you? Because I think that I have maybe given away some joy that I could have had in chasing things I thought would make me happy, and in forgetting to cherish the present moment. Yeah.
It always comes back to the present moment.
It does. Thank you so much. We love you. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.